Okay, you can use Gravity Sketch like a potter's wheel. I'll show you the revolve tool, but one thing that I wanted to share in this video is making sure that what you get out is ready for 3D print, or it's completely what we call watertight. So let me show you by making a little cup first of all, and then we can have a look at why it needs to be sealed before it comes out. So we'll basically come up to settings and we'll put our stage floor on. We'll use this little circular one, I quite like that. We'll put some other things on, so we don't need mirroring on, and we don't need a smart move on at all. We'll leave it completely, moving it freely in the world. So come down here, and you've got all these options down the side, so draw, surface, shapes, and text. And the one to go to is surfaces, and then custom revolve. Now, I've got it set, instantly it's come out in the center, in the right place for what I want to do. But if it's not that, hold your non-dominant hand trigger, hold it half, and you can move that around. But we're in a good place. We've got it where we want it to be. So click on the custom revolve, and there's settings in here. So you want to make sure you're on point mode, and that's it. Actually, everything else will be fine. You could change the shape, you could get it into different shapes. We want a completely round revolve. Input smoothing, leave it default, and don't put low poly on. So we're ready to go. So basically now we just got to stamp down points and then define the shape that we want. So we're just going to make a very, very basic cup. Okay, so we're going to start at the bottom. I'm going to tap once, come out to the side, once again, come up and along. I'm going to get a nice rounded edge, 1, 2, and then up. I'm going to come pull out with my inner grip on my non-dominant. So 1 to finish it, 1 on the way in, 1 on the next one, and then start turning it down. I'm going to go all the way down inside. You can see just about there with the ghosting. I'm going to go not all the way to the bottom. Don't go below the bottom because it won't make a sealed unit. Come down there and then come in like that. I'm not going to go any further than that because I want to. In fact, I could do, but if you just go like that, then we can see you've got an open inner and an open outer as well. So what does that mean? Let me show you what that means. So change tool so that I don't have that circle anymore. We actually don't need this floor on now because I want to be able to see underneath to see what's happened. And also I want to grab it and hit the blue button, and then I need to decide that what type of geometry this is. So at the moment it's parametric, means I can still move it. We don't want that. We want to freeze it and bake it. So we're going to convert it to a subdivision object like that. And that means now it is rounded because it's subdivision, but we can now go in and we can either put creases in, which we don't want to do, but what we might want to do is put really tight edge loops in like this. And that means it will give us nice hard edges around the lip like this. You can see it forming the edges really nicely. So I'll put one on the top as well, and one there, and even go really, really tight in and do another one. That gives us a really tight edge to the cup. But you can see inside it's still too rounded, so we'll add more down in here. So we'll basically put some. I'll go inside like this, and come back, and then do one there, and it's put a harder edge there. In fact, if you go in the top again, you can see it's giving you this harder edge around there. And then we don't want this rounded area here as well, so we'll do one there, come underneath, do another one. You can see this is the control cage and this is the geometry, like so. Now we want to seal that up. If you send that out as a 3D print, you won't print it because it's got an open hole. Not this hole going into it, but the hole in the geometry. So we have to fix that. So subdivision off, go deep down into the model. Now it might look a bit weird. So we're gonna make sure we've got the model selected and we're on edge, and then fire and bring that out and seal it across like that. Let's get it there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to end up with some oddness here if we're not careful, because if you don't seal this correctly, you will end up with triangles. But really, this is a quad, and I'll show you what I mean. So come up, tap, and tap it down, and that seals that area there. It doesn't look like a quad, but it's 4 points, 4 edges, therefore it is a quad. So we'll do another one, snap, snap, and that is now sealed completely. So that won't cause you any problems, that inner bit. So we just have to do the same on the outside. So same again, one, snap, and all we're doing is we're just sealing these areas down so that they're fully, completely what we call watertight, like so. And that would work really, really well. So if you want to make a handle, not that we need it for this exercise, but we'll do it anyway. We'll come back up to settings, and we'll go leave mirror off, and everything else the same. We'll come to tools, and we want a cube. So we'll just draw, not a plane, we want a cube. So drop a cube in, even if it's the wrong size, just drop it in like so. And then we're going to use this to put it roughly on line, like so. And then we're going to change the size of that to make sure it's the sort of like the size for a handle. And then we'll just start by doing something like take one side of it. So we're doing selecting that, bringing it out once, twice. I'm going to tighten it and decide how to improve it in a moment. 3. I'm just using the fire just with the trigger at the front, and then make sure it's inside but not coming out. So that's good enough as a starting point, but it's all wobbly. So let's just line everything back up. So if you want it accurate, you might want to turn snapping on, but for this one, it'll look good being a little bit wobbly because it's a bit more like an actual pottery piece. Anything where you want more detail, you can put more splits, so to give you a bit more roundedness. And then what you want to do is decide about the amount of rounding. So subdivide it and then go in and see if you need to tighten it down. So one of them gives you a nice one there. It's gone all the way around, so that's good. Do another one at the side. In fact, that's enough, I think. I think that's given us another subdivision level. And I think we've got it looking rather nice. If you want to change any of it shape-wise, just do that and just grab the points that you want to adjust and move until you've got the shape that you like. And that I think that's pretty much okay, to be honest with you. I don't think we need to do much more than that. And that will now, if you send that out with that handle, it's a little bit wrong there because I think it needs quite up close to that edge. I think it needs some subdivision there, and then obviously just make sure it does go all the way in but not come out there, so that's fine. And the same again down there, we'll just do one there and it doesn't protrude through. And there you go, there's that would be an absolute watertight cup. So if you export that, if you come here and go up to the export options here, there's the actual sizes. So at the moment it will be 1.4 meters high, so 1,400 millimeters. So that's obviously not what we would want. So you could scale it there, and I would send it out as a 3D print OBJ. If you're on the free version and you don't have full access to this, just send it out as one of the basic file types. But that would be pretty much how you would be able to make these really nice pottery type style things that come out as good geometry. One of the things with Gravity Sketch that can get annoying is that some of the stuff comes out as surfaces, and you know you can't 3D print those. So making them good before they come out is how you do it. If Gravity Sketch feels exciting but also a little bit overwhelming, that's exactly why we've created our new course. It's made to help beginners feel confident step by step without all the confusion that comes with trying to piece everything together on your own. So if you'd like to be first to hear about it when it launches, then click on the link below and join the early release list. Everyone on that list gets access to an early launch discount. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.